Montel Alexander Bowman, an ordinary man, living an extraordinary nightmare. For 40 years he claims technology has violated his most private spaces, his mind, his body, his very existence. He says he feels the emotions of others, sees the world through their eyes. His life, he alleges, is not his own. Bowman is not alone. Millions of Americans, he claims, are caught in this technological web. Their thoughts, their feelings, their experiences, allegedly manipulated by unseen forces. This is Bowman's reality, a reality where technology has crossed the line from tool to tormentor. But is it real, or is it a delusion, a figment of a troubled mind? The lines are blurred, the truth is elusive. What we do know is this: Bowman's claims, whether real or imagined, shine a light on a disturbing truth. The potential for technology to be used not for good, but for control, for oppression, for the erosion of the very essence of what it means to be human. The question is, will we listen? Imagine, if you will, feeling someone else's joy, their sorrow, their rage, not as empathy but as an invasive presence in your own mind. This, Bowman claims, is his daily existence. He alleges that technology allows others to experience his every thought, his every feeling. He calls it psychic shadow forgery, a digital hijacking of the human experience. He says his inner world is no longer his own. It is a shared space, violated and exploited. His emotions are manipulated, his thoughts steered, his very essence under constant assault. The impact, he says, is devastating. Imagine the mental toll of living with a constant, unwelcome presence in your mind, the paranoia, the fear, the inability to trust your own thoughts. This, Bowman alleges, is the price of unchecked technological advancement. This is the human cost of digital intrusion. But the alleged invasion doesn't stop there. Bowman claims he also sees what others see, their memories, their experiences, their lives unfolding before his eyes. He calls it psychic shadow laundering, the forced consumption of another person's visual reality. Imagine watching the world through a stranger's eyes, their joys, their sorrows, their darkest moments all playing out in your mind's eye. The violation is profound, the psychological impact immeasurable. Bowman describes it as a form of digital imprisonment, trapped in a cage of stolen images, unable to escape the relentless onslaught. The line between the real and the virtual blurs. Identity fragments, the very notion of self comes under attack. This, Bowman claims, is the terrifying reality of unchecked technological power. This is the dystopian future we must strive to avoid. Bowman believes he is not alone. He claims that millions of Americans are victims of this technological overreach. Their lives invaded, their privacy shattered. He calls them real Americans. Targeted, he says, by fake Americans who manipulate and exploit them. He points the finger at powerful entities, government agencies, tech giants, shadowy organizations operating in the digital shadows. He alleges they are complicit in this grand conspiracy, using technology not to empower, but to enslave. Bowman seeks justice. He has filed lawsuits seeking redress for the wrongs he says he has suffered. He demands accountability, compensation for the decades of alleged abuse. He wants the world to know his story, to understand the threat that lurks beneath the surface of our increasingly digital lives. His claims may be extraordinary, but the questions they raise are all too real. How much of ourselves are we willing to surrender to technology? At what point does innovation become intrusion? And who will protect us when the lines are blurred beyond recognition? Section 5. Echoes of Intrusion, Real-World Parallels. Bowman's claims, though extreme, resonate with growing anxieties about technology and privacy. We leave digital footprints everywhere we go. Our phones track our movements. Our online activity is monitored, analyzed, and exploited. The Cambridge Analytica scandal, the Edward Snowden revelations, these are not mere whispers of conspiracy. They are stark reminders of the very real threat to privacy in the digital age. We are living in a world where our data is a commodity, bought and sold to the highest bidder. Facial recognition software, predictive policing algorithms. These technologies raise serious questions about civil liberties and the potential for discrimination. The line between security and surveillance is becoming increasingly blurred. Bowman's story, whether real or imagined, serves as a cautionary tale, a reminder that the erosion of privacy, once it begins, can quickly spiral out of control. Section 6. The law's reach, existing frameworks and their limits. The law, struggling to keep pace with technological advancements, offers some protection. The Fourth Amendment to the U.S. Constitution protects against unreasonable searches and seizures. The Privacy Act of 1974 regulates the collection and use of personal information by government agencies, but these legal frameworks, drafted in a pre-internet era, are often ill-equipped to address the complexities of the digital age. The speed of technological development often outpaces the law's ability to regulate it. Moreover, the global nature of the internet poses a significant challenge. Data knows no borders. What protections exist in one country may be meaningless in another. The result is a legal landscape that is often fragmented and ineffective. A patchwork of laws and regulations that often fail to provide adequate protection for individual privacy. Section 7. The Shadow of Surveillance, from Data to Dictatorship. The potential for technology to be used for nefarious purposes is undeniable. Authoritarian regimes around the world are already using sophisticated surveillance technologies to monitor and control their citizens. China's social credit system is a chilling example. Using a vast network of cameras and algorithms, the government tracks the behavior of its citizens, rewarding good behavior and punishing bad behavior. In a world of facial recognition, emotion detection software, and ubiquitous surveillance, the very concept of privacy is under threat. The dystopian novels of yesterday are becoming the disturbing reality of today. Bowman's claims, whether true or not, serve as a stark reminder of the stakes involved. This is not just about protecting our data, it is about protecting our freedom, our autonomy, our right to exist without constant scrutiny and control. Section 8, A Call to Arms, Protecting the Sanctity of the Mind. The time for complacency is over. We must demand greater transparency and accountability from those who collect and control our data. We need stronger legal frameworks that protect individual privacy in the digital age. This is not a fight for governments or corporations to win or lose. This is a fight for the future of humanity. A fight to ensure that technology serves its creators, not the other way around. We must resist the normalization of surveillance. We must challenge the erosion of privacy. We must demand that our right to think, to feel, to experience the world without intrusion is respected and protected. This is a call to action, a call for all who value freedom and autonomy to stand up and be counted. The future of our minds, our societies, and our very humanity may depend on it. Section 9. The Future of Freedom, a World Without Digital Chains. The road ahead will not be easy. But the alternative is unthinkable. A world where our every thought, our every emotion is monitored, analyzed, and manipulated. A world where the very essence of what it means to be human is extinguished by the cold logic of algorithms. We must strive for a different future. A future where technology empowers, not enslaves. A future where privacy is not a privilege but a fundamental right. A future where the human spirit, in all its messy, unpredictable glory, can flourish without fear of intrusion or control. This is the future we must fight for. A future where the digital world reflects the best of humanity, not its darkest impulses. A future where Montel Alexander Bowman's story, whether real or imagined, serves as a warning heeded, a lesson learned, and a call to action answered. The time to act is now, before the shadows of surveillance consume us all.